Folks, do you feel like you're being watched? I'll tell you what I mean and then get into the latest home prices and insights for York Region for week ending August the 2nd, 2023. Recently with buyer clients, we were at a showing and we're walking through and my clients are enjoying the home. They're liking it. They're, we're freely talking. But looking a little bit closer, we noticed hidden cameras. They were put in places that it wasn't just apparent right away that you're being recorded, most likely listened to also, not just video, but with technology these days, it's really easy to get voice recording and video recording. It's amazing how many sellers these days are choosing to have cameras inside their home, not just on outside that a lot of us have, where you're with the cameras watching the parking lot, watching your driveway so you can see the cars, or camera on the backyard. So in case it's more for security. But when your home's up for sale, I'm seeing more and more sellers adding cameras to the interior of their home and really watching what goes on in there. Look, I'm not going to get into the whole legality of whether it's right, whether it's wrong, but it is happening, and as buyers, you need to be aware. You need to be aware that you are being watched, you are being listened to. Even if you don't see the camera, I think it would be prudent to just act like there are cameras. Always think somebody is watching, so be careful what you say. If you're going to have conversations, they could be general, but when you're inside somebody's home, act like somebody's watching, because there's a good chance they are, even if you don't always see the camera right away. If you think this video can help somebody please pass it along. If you get value from what we're speaking about, subscribe. And if you want to speak with me about your real estate situation, selling, buying, below this video, there's in the description is a link to my calendar. Click on that, book a time that's convenient for you, and we'll talk about whatever's on your mind. Let's get into the numbers. Check out this awesome 2-bedroom plus den condo. The video is at the end of this video. York Region, properties are not selling. Now, I don't mean not selling like no properties are selling. For sure there's some, but for the most part, properties are sitting out there and prices are being reduced, and even properties priced at what I would consider is relatively reasonable, and that's based on recent sales in that neighborhood. They're still sitting there. Buyers are just not coming to the table, and some of these sellers have even chosen to no longer sell. It's really interesting what's happening out there, and this is indicative of the greater Toronto area. It's not just for York Region, but that's what's happening in the market right now. You really got to be careful when you're marketing and choosing price, because it's not as easy, and it's not a given. Just because you come on the market at a reasonable price, you're going to get a quick sale. It's not a given. Let's have a quick look here. These are average sold prices for detached properties only. Vaughan, Richmond Hill, and Markham. We got Vaughan and Markham here. Richmond Hill shot way up. I'll explain that when we get to the Richmond Hill charts. We're going to start off with Vaughan. Again, these are detached properties only. The data is broken down by week for a whole year. 30 detached properties were sold in Vaughan. 7 of those were at $2 million or more, and this is for a week ending August the 2nd. Now, sales have been coming down, but lately, the last 4 or 5 weeks, they've been hovering between, it looks like 26 and 30. That's about where the sales are. So maybe just maybe we've stopped dropping in sales and we're kind of going to stay around this number for the rest of August. I can't predict it for sure, but the last 4 weeks, that's what's been happening. Average sold price, 1 week to the next, it came down a bit from the previous week. It's now sitting at $1,824,000 for the average sold price of a detached property sold in Vaughan for week ending August the 2nd. 1,824 is 16% higher than where we were a year ago. The median price is 11% higher than where we were a year ago. Median price is $1,618,000. Now the dotted line, that's a 4-week moving average. And it's supposed to make it simpler or easier to spot a trend. It's not always the case, and trends are not always straight lines. I would say if we're looking over the last 3 months, even though we've got some ups and downs, it kind of looks like from where we were before, almost 2.5, 3 months ago, to where we are now, average price and median price for Vaughan detached properties has been trending down. 30 properties were sold, 43% of those sold at list price or more, and that percentage, the percentage of properties selling at list price or more, has been trending down. 305 are the active listings, which is the amount of properties available for sale, not sold at the end of the period. So as of midnight, August the 2nd, 305 detached properties just in Vaughan were available for sale. That number, active listings, has been increasing. So more and more properties are remaining unsold. Sales are coming down. Months of inventory is now sitting at 2.3 months of inventory. Now we said a trend is not always a straight line, and here's where we don't see a straight line, but we can still kind of figure out what's going on. It's hard to kind of get a straight line to figure out what's going on with months of inventory. We could see here it's been going up. We used to be 0.9, 1.2, 1.5, dipped a little bit, up a little bit, dipped up. But overall, 3 months ago, we were 1.5 months of inventory or less. Now we're 2.3 months of inventory or more. So definitely months of inventory is higher. The days on market has increased also. We're sitting at 18 days on market. Properties are sitting there longer, taking longer to sell. Richmond Hill, let's explain this one here. 18 detached properties were sold. 12 of them sold at $2 million or more. So 12 out of 18, 2/3 of all the sales were properties priced at or sold at $2 million or more. 2/3. Well, that has a profound effect on average sold price. That's why average sold price is way, way up there. Please don't look at this chart and in 1 week decide, holy smokes, my property's worth so much more because I live in Richmond Hill. Look, 2/3 of the properties sold at $2 million or more. It was definitely an abnormal week for that ratio of $2 million or more versus the rest of the properties being sold. That's why average sold price is $2,367,000. 2,367 is 26% higher than where the average sold price was a year ago. The median price is also way up there, 28% higher than where we were a year ago. The trend has been slightly trending down, but that number there is going to start to change things and will affect the trend line. We kind of got to look past this 1 week of crazy luxury sales. The amount of property selling at list price or more has definitely been trending down. We're in the 40s now, 44% actually. We used to be in the high 70s. Now we're way lower than that. Active listings has been increasing, and months of inventory definitely increasing. We're sitting now at 3.3 months of inventory, pretty much a balanced market when it comes to Richmond Hill. Here's Markham. 28 detached properties were sold. 9 of those were at $2 million or more. Average sold price came down a bit from the previous week to $1,789,000. prices were way up here. They're now much lower. 1789 is 2% higher than where we were this time last year. The median price of 1718 is 6% higher than where we were a year ago. The 4-week moving average, it's pretty clear prices are trending down in Markham for detached properties. The amount of properties selling at list price or more, that percentage, we were in the 80s, we're now at 50%. It's pretty clear that's been trending down. Active listings also trending up. There's more properties sitting out there on the market, and months of inventory has been trending up. We're now sitting at 1.8 months of inventory. 3 months ago, 0.7, 1, 0.9. We're now basically double when where we were 3 months ago at 1.8 months of inventory. Here's condos. Now this is for all of York Region condos. 34 condos were sold. Sales have been trending down. 3 of those condos sold at $1 million or more. Average sold price up a bit from the previous week to $734,000. 734 is 10% higher than where we were this time last year. Median price is 1% higher. Median price took a big dip to $651,000. If you look at the dotted line over the last 3 months, kind of looks like condo prices are trending up. Not aggressively, but they're inching their way a little bit higher, and you can, it's pretty clear. You can kind of see the line there. Of the 34 that sold, 27% sold at list price or more. So that percentage has been coming down. So less than a third sold at list price or more. Active listings is definitely increasing. So there's more and more condos sitting out there on the market, not sold. Months of inventory, definitely going up, which is kind of strange. If months of inventory are as high as they are, now sitting at 3.4, it's kind of strange to see average sold price going up. And I think a lot of that has to do with it's still expensive to buy townhouses, to buy semis, to buy detached. And it's pushing a lot of first-time home buyers and a lot of even people downsizing, thinking, yeah, I'm going to buy a semi or town. They're still very expensive. So it's pushing a lot more people into the condo market versus before. Here's a quick summary. We're pretty much sitting in a balanced market in most area. Not yet so much in Markham, but you're going to find pockets where it is. Look, you've got, if you're looking to buy, you can negotiate and you could put in conditions, and you don't necessarily have to jump every time. Now there's some properties selling right away, but those are fewer and fewer. It's not the norm anymore like it used to be. Take your time, look around, find the right price, negotiate the right price. And if you're a seller, patience, but do everything the right way. You'll have a good chance. You really need to stand out, and sometimes it goes a bit more than just let me price where everyone else is. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Welcome to the Grand Genesis, located at 9088 Yonge Street. This is Unit 705A. It's a large corner suite, great views from these floor-to-ceiling windows. You get sunshine all day. It's almost 900 square feet, and you get 2 bedrooms, a large den, 2 full bathrooms, and comes with parking and locker. Location, you can't beat it. You're in South Richvale, Richmond Hill. You could walk to Hillcrest Mall, Silver City, lots of shopping, restaurants. Everything is close by. Have a look.